Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack on Production. Today, I, Bancroft, will be joined once again by Jimmy. And he has, as you can tell, the Android 16 deck. So as we get into that, there's buttons. Click them. Yay! Alright, Jimmy, take it away.
Alright, so we got the Android 16 leader, which this leader was really hyped up in our group pre-launch. And I thought every single person at the shop was going to be playing this deck. Lo and behold, nobody's playing it, so I went, you know what, I'm going to play it because it seems interesting. So it's permanent, negates the energy exhaust of all 16s with the Arrival blue-green skill, which is fantastic. Being able to charge a multicolor untapped on turn 1 is ridiculous. The auto, you pitch a droid on swinging and you draw 2 cards. The awaken, you can awaken if you and your opponent have 5 energy together or you're at 4 or less. You draw 1 card, switch 1 energy to active mode, and if you do awaken early, you take cards down until you have 5. On the backside, you can, same permanent as before, negates the energy exhaust skill. But the second permanent is that you can activate and pay for the skill cost of Arrival from your energy. So you want to be charging your 16, so you can play those from your energy. It basically makes like a second hand type situation. Auto, when a android is played from your energy, you charge top card of your deck to your energy. So you never go energy negative unless your opponent is able to counterplay it. Like God Sealing is really devastating when they bounce that 16 back to your hand and you don't get to charge that top card of your deck. And then the activate battle, you choose a blue-green android in your drop area and combo with it.
Oh, so I didn't even think about that. Holy crap, that would
Yeah,
suck.
it's rough. It's really rough. But most of the time, if you play right, you can get that out there with no hiccups. But for our 16s, this is my favorite of the 2 16s we currently have. He is a dual attacker, blocker, revenge. And when you play him or combo with him, you can choose one. Either your opponent drops a card, or you search your deck and put a 1-drop android in the drop area. You don't use that second effect like ever, unless you're playing the Android 21 variant of this list. But you do utilize the drop 1 quite a bit. So this is great early on if you just want to swing, combo it off, get your opponent to drop 1, and then now you have a card in the drop area to combo with on a regular basis. But most of the time you want to be putting this in your energy so you can play it back out. And for the other 17, which is still fantastic but not as good as the other one in my opinion, Big Boy Double Striker. When he comes into play, he searches your deck for a 5 or less Android 21, adds it to your hand, then you choose 1 5 or less 21 in your hand and play it. And we have 2 targets for this. And on swing, your opponent will drop a card. So, first target, Android 21, the Beautiful Scientist. She is a blocker that you search top 7 and choose an Android card, put it into your energy and rest mode, KO one of your opponent's battle cards, and you cannot play a 30 or 35k battle card for the duration of the game. That bottom part is not relevant because we don't run a 30k in the deck or a 35k. But the blocker and ramp is nice, but most of the time you're going to be wanting to play the Chris Hansen, Please Have a Seat Over Here 21, aka 21 I Swear. So she can play herself from the energy for 2 blue and 2 green, and then when she is played, you will pitch 1 of your energy to the drop area, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards and 1 of their life and place it in their drop area. So great finisher, especially with this guy. If you can get him down to like 3, play this guy out, put 21 on the field, put him in double strike range, and then combo heavy on this attack. Or you can just get your opponent down to 1 and then play her from the energy and say GG, which is what she was normally used for. Very rarely did you see this come out and the game not end immediately as she hit the board. But this is a very strong package. I've been thinking about just cutting this card completely because it has not done a lot for me. On times where I can play this on my opponent's turn using Arrival and then put a blocker on field is nice, but that's really risky to tap 4 energy just to get a blocker on field during your opponent's turn. So most of the time you want to be playing this one. Moving on to some of our support cards. Speedy Substitution, search top 5 for a android. or blue or green android, add it to your hand. And then the second auto is really interesting. I had a pretty cool combo that I opened with in my second match today, where play this card, search top 5, pulled the 21 to my hand. Then at the end of the turn, I picked up the multicolor 16 that I had, charged the 21, and then I still had a active 16 to charge the next turn. So, just a fantastic card. Not much else to say about it.
I want 2 angles. But when it comes to that point, though.
Okay.
So we are running a tricolor list, which I've seen has been pretty popular with this leader as of late. So this card is just here to be combo. It reduces its combo cost by 1 if your leader card is an android or a yellow. So this is just here to get out our Android 13, which this card is absolutely absurd. And 99% of the time when I put this card on the field, my opponent expends so many resources to get him off because he is ridiculous if he sticks. So he's a double striker, arrives for 1 green, and then at the beginning of your opponent's turn, your opponent chooses 2 of their battle cards and KOs it. There's a lot of barrier running around, so can't hit everything, but it is a very annoying card to play around. And then the activate main, you send it from your drop area to your warp and choose one of your opponent's battle cards 3 or less and KO it, which does come up on some occasions. And running these is not that big of a hindrance because you can drop these with your leader skill to draw 2, so they're never a dead card in your hand. And sometimes on your backside charge you will hit a yellow, and this isn't the worst card ever to play because you can play out the Android 13 from the top 10. I don't think you have to have an Android 13 leader. I've never played this card. No, you just play it, search top 10, put him into play. Got a 15 and a 20k in play, and then his skills will come back and KO 2 cards on your opponent's turn. I did see some people playing the Krillin 18 arrival. I don't like that card. I get it because it does play into the androids, but I just don't really like that card, so I didn't bother running it. For our unison, we run Baby. I am really torn on what unison I want to run in this list because you lose out on a draw on the backside, so being able to keep the draw, a draw with your unison is really nice. But the energy cost of 3 kind of throws off the way I want to play this deck, so I might toy around with some other unisons. I might play around with Zeno, which I lose out on that draw, but so be it.
You typically do arrivals on your opponent's turns, though, don't you?
Most of the time,
So
yeah.
Zeno's effect won't stop that. Then.
Yeah, of course. And I've when I was toying with the idea, I was thinking about running, I think it's Unthinkable Fates that lets me stack the top card of my deck. About putting a 16 on top of my deck, and then
Negate with
Seems gross.
yeah, so stack a 16,
Yeah.
then charge it with Zeno, then arrival it, so you're really losing nothing.
Oh yeah.
So that's a concept I might play with in the future. And of course, you run Trunks because Trunks is broke as hell, and he's the best counterplay in the game. So obviously you're gonna run him.
60 with tax.
Yeah, 60 plus attack.
Yeah, 60.
Another fantastic card, Heroic Prospect. This card has literally done nothing for me ever. I know it's a good card, that's why I run it. Jake told me to do it. I don't like this card.
was about to
I will
ask you how
probably
it
take it
did.
out of the deck. I know it's a good card. Don't tell me it's a good card because I know it is. I just don't like it. Now, a card I do like, Dimension Magic, Untap 2. It's fun. It's not Trunks. It's a lot better in my opinion. And 2 of the Android 17 negates. This really hasn't been relevant because the bottom skill doesn't do anything. I really only run it as another Android drop target, and it's a free green combo if I need to get out my 13, which I do have some mono yellow cards on the list, which we'll get to those in a moment. So this card hasn't done much for me, but I mean, he's got the drip, so I got to keep him in the list. The mono yellow cards, Draw Monkeys. You lose your draw on the backside, so paying 2 for a draw 2 is never a bad thing. I have some unfortunate hits off the charge where I get this into my energy, but most of the time I'm able to finish out the game before this is going to be an hindrance. 4 bean, because it's blue. Don't need to explain that. Super combo spread. I run 2 draw super combos, which I am thinking about swapping these out for Zamasu. Because Zamasu is just an incredibly powerful super combo, and it gives me another yellow combo.
It's definitely a good super combo, but with the lack of drawing, would that benefit you?
I think if I keep the baby unison and the draw monkeys working the way they do, I think I can sustain myself enough to finish out the game after I awaken.
It gives you a slight control.
Because I
factor.
usually only last about 2 turns after awakening. I either lose or I win,
Gotcha.
and more winning than losing. And the other 2 super combos, 18s, they're searchable. They play into the deck. If you need to drop, if you're desperate to drop a card, you can drop a super combo. You will lose out on its auto when you activate battle, but you'll still get to combo with it, every turn after that. So I went with a little unorthodox secret rare in this list. I ran enough of green that I decided to run good old Drip Coup. Just get to 8 energy. It's easy. That's why you run the ramp 21. If you can't play this card, then you're bad. It is green. Green's the best color in the game because it has dormant. When you play this card, your entire deck becomes dormant potentials, and they all negate the attack that comes out. Card is ridiculous. Needs to be banned. Get rid of it. This card's banned on April Fool's, so I wasn't able to play it. So sad day. So get rid of that card. Drip Coup is where it's at.
We just thanks for tuning in. Like always, there's buttons. Click them. Read your cards in their place. Fluff out.